Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star, the Flippin' Hippo. Today we're going to talk about 5 ways to save money and increase your bottom line. It is super important to save money everywhere you can and increase that bottom line. When you save money, when you increase that bottom line, you have more profits, more capital. More profits obviously means you're making more money, and capital is what you reinvest into your business. And hopefully that's into either items that you're purchasing to make your job easier or streamline processes, which will help you save money, which turns into more profit and more capital. And capital is what you're going to reinvest into more inventory, which results in more profits and more capital. And then you just keep doing that, and it becomes this nice spinning wheel, and you just keep saving more money, increasing your profits, and increasing your capital. It can seem a little bit silly when you first start thinking like a frugal person, because at first you're going to feel like, well, why am I saving 2 pennies here and 3 cents over here and 10 cents here and a quarter here? It can feel a little silly when you're just looking at it like that. When you're just saving a couple cents here and a couple cents there, and that's how you're looking at it. It's like, this is silly. I'm just saving a couple cents. But you have to take a step back, and you have to look at the big picture and think about all of these things and all of these pennies adding up. And if you're saving as much as you can on a bunch of little things, and you take that step back and you look at this big picture, all of that adds up. All of those pennies, all of those silly little cents that you're adding, that you're saving, will add up. So we're going to do like a really rudimentary math problem to bring it into focus for you. So let's say that you can save 100 pennies a day. Over time, just cutting corners or being more frugal, or and not cutting corners being cheap, but being frugal or making wise decisions to save money. So every day you can save a couple of cents here and a couple of cents there. So every day you manage to save $1. So at the end of the year, you've saved $365. Let's say you're going to reinvest that into your inventory, and your average cost of goods is around $2 or $2.50. So we'll say that you've managed to buy 150 pieces of new inventory, and your average profit is $10. So you have now profited $1,500 more. Now you can reinvest that into another 750, 800 pieces of inventory. That's going to result in another $8,000 profit. You see what I'm saying? So it adds up. It seems silly when you're penny pinching and you're saving all the little pieces of change here and there, but when you think about the big picture and what that money can turn into, it actually makes sense. Pardon the pun. But everything that you save adds up. Every little piece of change, every penny adds up and adds to that big picture, because it becomes more inventory, that becomes more profit. Sometimes I like to think of things as more tangible items. So I'll think, well, if I can save $10 on this, then I can take that $10 and purchase 2 items at the thrift store that will profit me $30. Or, if I can save $20 here, maybe Keith and I can go out to dinner. Or I'll look at something and say, if I can save $20 or $30 a month on this, because I'm going to switch using a software program or something we're using, that $30 a month can be a whole full tank of gas. So look at things like that too, like X amount of money saved. What bill does that equal? Or what fun activity does that equal? Or what debt can you pay off with that? But just start thinking more along the lines of the money that you save. What can it pay for? What can it purchase? What can it buy? What can it turn into? And then it's not so silly because it all adds up. So it is super important to save money everywhere you can, because it really does add up. So the 5 ways that you can save this money, the first one is by getting free supplies. And the biggest way you can get free supplies that I really feel like a lot of resellers overlook and kind of just throw away every quarter, your free eBay supplies. You guys, if you're paying for a store subscription with eBay, every quarter you get a coupon code that you can go use on eBay's store for their branded supplies. Are they the best? No. But are they free? Yes. And they have tape, they have tissue paper, they have bags, they have boxes. If you don't like their tape, I know a lot of people don't like their tape. I don't mind their tape. I think it works just fine. But a lot of people don't like it. Get the boxes, get the bags, get the tissue paper, get the thank you stickers, whatever you think you might use. And the amount that you get to use depends on your store subscription. Obviously, the bigger your store subscription, the more your coupon is worth. But use it. It's free supplies. Why would you throw those away? Y'all are paying for that store subscription. Get your free stuff that comes with it. Don't just throw them away. Get something that you'll think you use. Even if it's just a couple of padded mailers that you're going to put remotes in every month, or a couple of poly bags for some t-shirts. But it's free. It's extra stuff that you can use that you're not going to have to pay for. Make sure you're getting your free USPS priority supplies that you can use. You can go to the USPS.com website and you can order free supplies that you can ship anything that weighs over a pound in on eBay, and on Poshmark, you can use these supplies. So I know a lot of folks on Poshmark like the cute supplies, but you can save money and not spend extra money on your pineapple printed poly mailers. Now, if you really are stuck on those, it's part of your branding, I guess. I don't see the point in spending extra money on cute mailers or even plain mailers. I don't use any supplies on Poshmark that we've paid for out of pocket. All Poshmark shipments go priority, and you can use any priority supplies that are not the expedited overnight. Anything, even flat rate. So if you have a t-shirt, it can go in a padded flat. It can go in a medium flat rate box. So if you want to save money, go get those priority supplies for free from the postal website, and you can use them on Poshmark. Even the flat rates, you can use anything as long as it's not those overnight packages on Poshmark, and anything you're mailing on eBay that's over a pound can go in those as well. And also, let me quickly address a myth. If you are using a flat rate box to ship on eBay and you Frankenbox it, you can still use it. You're just going to pay by pound. So you can alter the flat rate boxes. You can Frankenbox them, absolutely. But you'll no longer be paying the flat rate. You now have to pay by pound. And then there's opportunities to get free boxes as well, from stores, from your family members. Don't be afraid to ask around. There's a lot of stores that will just give you boxes if you just ask them. Your family members, do they order from Amazon? Do they order from eBay? Would they save their boxes for you? There's lots of opportunities to get free shipping supplies. You can also save on supplies that you buy by buying bulk. So don't be afraid to spend a little more to save a little more in the long run. It's the same mindset of like when you go grocery shopping. Many of you probably shop at Sam's Club, or you go to Walmart, you buy the bulk packs of toilet paper, or those bulk packs of paper towels, or maybe you get the gallon size laundry soaps or the big gallon size dish soaps. The theory behind that is you buy the bigger packs or the bigger containers of the stuff. It costs a little more up front, but overall you're paying less per ounce or less per roll because you're buying in bulk. It's the same thought process with shipping supplies. Instead of paying, $100 for 100 poly mailers, which that's outrageous. You would never pay that, but it's just for ease of math. You could pay $150 for 1,000 poly mailers, right? So it's along the same lines of when you're out, getting your bargains and your deals, grocery shopping, buy in bulk. Don't be afraid to spend a little more up front to get more but pay less per piece. And then buy only what you use. We don't have to get all excited and buy one of everything. Listen, if you're a used clothing seller and you sell plush also, you don't need to go out and buy one of every size box. Chances are you're going to use mostly polymailers. You don't need one of every size box. And in the case that you have a heavy plush that you need to mail, you're going to end up using the free 12 by 12 by 8 priority box that you can get for free from the Postal Service, so you don't need to pay for a bunch of boxes. Order only what you think you're going to need and what you're going to use the most of, and order it in bulk. And double check your shipping rates. Don't be afraid to check pirate ship and all of that. The next thing, number 3, thermal printers. So sometimes you got to spend money to make money, or spend a little money to save money, right? The amount of money that you spend on printer ink, the cartridges, and the amount of money that you spend on the paper, the amount of time you spend cutting those papers and then taping them on the packages, and the amount of money on the tape, it really adds up. A thermal printer will pay for itself in absolutely no time. But you have to make sure that you're ready for it and you're buying it at such a time that it will pay for itself. So if you're a new seller and you're selling one or two items every couple of days, you're probably not ready for a thermal printer. You're probably still okay printing out your pieces of paper on your Canon printer and cutting them and taping them to the packages. But when you start making daily sales of 2 or more sales a day, that's when you're ready for a thermal printer. It will cost you $150 to $200 up front, depending on which one you choose. So it will cost you a little bit of money up front, but you've got to spend that money up front to save money in the long run. When you're making those daily sales, a thermal printer will pay for itself so fast. The time it saves you, let alone the paper, the ink cartridges, the tape, they're just amazing. But I would absolutely recommend wait till you're making those daily sales. They don't take any ink. They use heat to print. They print right out on labels that you just peel and stick. You peel and stick. I love them. So as soon as you're making those daily sales, I always tell folks, get a thermal printer. Number 4, check all of the things you're paying for. Okay? Check everything you're paying for. If you're paying for something like Sellhound or List Perfectly, make sure you're using it. If you're paying a monthly subscription fee for anything like that and you're using it consistently, it's worth the money. If you're using List Perfectly every single day and you're cross-posting and you're making sales on those other platforms, absolutely List Perfectly is worth it. But if you're paying a monthly subscription fee to List Perfectly and you've never cross-posted in your life, and you probably never will because you just don't have time, you might want to cancel it, not pay for it. It's kind of like if you have a gym membership, and I know some of you are guilty for this. If you have a gym membership that you're paying for every month and you've never been to the gym and you're probably never going to go to the gym, cancel that gym membership. Stop paying that monthly fee. That's a waste of money. So check all of those things. And you know what? This doesn't just apply to your business. Check those gym memberships too. Check all the things you're paying for every month. Your Prime memberships, your streaming services. Check all of those monthly fees. If those are things that you consistently use, they're worth it. But if you're not using them, if you pay for GoDaddy bookkeeping and you decide to use spreadsheets instead and you're never paying for it or never using it, stop paying for it. But if you use your GoDaddy booksheets all the time and the bookkeeping and you love it, keep using it, keep paying for it. But if you're paying a monthly fee for something that you never use, it's really a waste of money and you really need to get rid of it. And I think that is probably one of the biggest wastes of money that a lot of us are guilty of. And not just with our businesses. I mean, the gym membership is probably the best example, but how many of us have signed up for a 7-day free subscription to something and then just totally forgotten all about it after the 7 days, whether you forgot to cancel it or you just forgot about it and never used it? I think we're all guilty of that. And that is probably the biggest waste of money for most of us, is all of those little subscriptions out there. $5 a month here, $4 a month there, $8 a month there. You just forget about them, and they're just racking up, and they are wasting so much money. Check them all, not just business related, guys. Just go through your bank statements and see, and cancel all of those things and save all of that money. And then the last thing I have here is to plan your errands and your routes. So if you plan ahead of time, you can save yourself time, gas, wear and tear on your car and your tires. Now, of course, this isn't something you're going to see right away, the saved money, but it will add up over time. How many of you live your life that every day or every other day you're having to run out to the store because you forgot something, or you're having to backtrack or go all over town because you didn't plan your route? That's a waste of time. It's a waste of gas. It's a waste of money. If you actually sit down, and this is also something that doesn't just apply to business, you can apply this to your life as well. If you sit down and you plan out what you're going to make for dinner, and you plan out a grocery list, and you go to the store once a week, that's it. That's all you have to go. You go once a week. Keep track of what you're running out of in your house. If your milk is halfway down, get a milk. Keep track. If you're halfway down your loaf of bread, get a loaf of bread. Get all the ingredients for whatever meals you're going to make. And then you're not running out every day because you forgot 2 or 3 ingredients for this meal, and the next day you're out of milk, and the next day you're out of bread, and the next day you didn't get these 3 ingredients for this meal. I know so many people who live like that. They just have to go out to the store every single day because they're running out of stuff and they don't have ingredients. I don't live like that. I think it is such a waste of time and gas, and just I have to just go once a week. So just think about that, and then think about planning your errands. If you have a doctor's appointment that's near to a thrift store, why not do your sourcing that day? Why not make it a plan, and then see what else is in that area? If your doctor's appointment is here and there's 2 thrift stores, and then maybe your grocery store is up the road, or the place where you get your dog's food or whatever, just think about what's in that area. And if you're already going to be at your doctor's at 10 a.m., maybe after that's over with, you hit the 2 thrift stores, the grocery store, get your dog or your hamster's food or whatever you got to do. And then just plan out your whole day and do the whole route, get it all done. And then you don't have to go back out to that area of town. You've done it all. It's all done. You've hit all that. And then you've got extra time at home the rest of the week because you did all of that. So you've saved gas, you've saved time, you've saved wear and tear on your car. And now you have all this extra time at home where you're not running out and about, wasting all that time. You can get more photos taken. You can get more listing done. You can get more research done. You can spend more time with your family. You can have a board game night. I just think it's so super important that when you sit down and plan your errands and plan your routes, and you get all that stuff done in a very organized manner, that gives you more time at home, that you're not running out every single day because of this and that and this and that and the other. And not only gives you more time to work on your business, but it gives you more time with your family. So that's something I can really suggest and recommend to you guys to absolutely think about. When you have to leave the house and go somewhere, what else can you do in that area? What else can you plan around that day? So just to recap before I let you go, 5 ways to save money. Utilize your eBay coupons and the free supplies that you can get from the post office. Use those for Poshmark. Check with family members. Get your free supplies. Save on your supplies by buying bulk and only buying what you need. And getting a thermal printer. Check all of the things that you are paying for, all of your subscriptions, all of those monthly things. Get rid of what you're not using. And plan your errands and your routes out so that you aren't wasting time or gas backtracking and leaving the house all the time. Let me know what you think down in the comments, guys. Hit that thumbs up before you leave. Really helps the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Help us feed all these hungry hippos. Until next time, guys, go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.